Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined by Democratic State Senator-elect Jeff Golden. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Craig. Appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to have you here. So it's been a little over a week since you were elected. What's that been like for you?
Well, I've heard from a lot of people.
I
have a lot of friends that I didn't know that I had. You know, people want to get in touch and introduce themselves because they know you're going to be part of a group that's might affect what they do. So I've heard from a lot of people up north, a lot of colleagues to be, and we're getting together this weekend to try to organize for the coming session. And then just lots of friends and some people who didn't vote for me but liked the way the campaign was run. It's just been a super validating week with and before the hard work begins, it's a little vacation of appreciation and validation, and it's really been a privilege.
Good, excellent. Glad to hear it, and a lot of hard work ahead. I imagine you're going to be spending some time in Salem. I guess you referenced something this Friday, getting together with fellow Democrats from the legislature?
Before the session, there's always a weekend meeting of both caucuses. I'm going to the Democratic caucus, and we elect officers and look at the agenda, and I think people talk about what their top priorities are for the session. And for me, it'll be getting to know people that I didn't know before, just start to build relationships.
Okay, and Democrats, as I'm sure you well know, have a supermajority in the legislature. How do you envision wielding that power?
Well, there's a couple things I'd like to say about that. First of all, that supermajority lets you, by law, raise taxes, that 60% level. But the real fact is, in Oregon, there isn't going to be major tax reform without the people's approval. Because if there is a major step in that direction, somebody's going to refer to the ballot. Likely it's going to be closing some corporate tax loopholes. Corporations will just dollar to a donut, they're going to take it to the ballot. So the people of Oregon will get a chance to vote on anything major. The other thing is there's sort of a balance point you're looking for between, you don't want one party to dominate, but you also want to get things done. So my sense, one of the reasons I ran was that in the last 15, 20 years, I don't think the legislature's really gotten the job done. I think, we've known about the seriousness of the problems of affordable housing, of employment, of opioid addiction, of class sizes. You can run down the list. And we haven't made much progress. And so I think if you're looking for a balance to get things done but take in everybody's consideration, we need to move from inaction, and possibly a supermajority will help in that. But of course we have to take in mind what Republicans are saying. These things shift from time to time. They don't stay firm. So the idea of punishing Republicans gets you your comeuppance and isn't any way to run a state.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Not much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. We're here with Democratic State Senator-elect Jeff Golden. You were talking before, Senator, about taxes and how you thought that would probably end up coming, any decisions in the legislature would come around for the public to vote on through petition. Is that your personal opinion, or do you think that you're speaking for the party?
I'm certainly not speaking for the party, given that I haven't met with them yet. But it's my opinion as a longtime observer, and it could happen one or two ways. The legislature could say, well, this is a big enough change that we ought to take it to the ballot rather than pass it ourselves. Or they might say, we're passing this. We have this supermajority, we're passing it. If that were to happen, what I was saying before is those who object will gather the signatures to refer it, to take it to the ballot. Okay. So either road you take, you end up with the people of Oregon voting on it. Okay,
all right. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, and one of the other things I saw you talk about in regards to the state budget is there is some uncertainty in the minds of some regarding the kicker and whether the ebb and flow, if you will, that the state faces. Are you thinking that it might be a good idea to eliminate that?
I'm told there's not a lot of support for that. But to me, it doesn't make a lot of fiscal sense. People say we should run government more like a business. Well, a good business, if they have a really good year and a lot of extra revenue, they invest. In our case, be investing in roads and schools and all kinds of things. Here, if we have, if you will, a really good year, that means extra tax revenue, which we send back to the people as a kicker. What if instead we put it in a rainy day fund, we invested in schools and infrastructure and that kind of thing, and weren't always falling behind and trying to catch up? So I'd be very interested in eliminating the kicker. We're the only state that does it. When I go to other states, they go, you do what? What kind of sense does that make? So I think at least it deserves a serious look.
Appreciate you coming in and know how busy you are right now. Good to see you.
Thanks for the talk, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm really motivated to do what I can for the folks of this valley up there.
Excellent. Good to hear.